It's amazing for them. Next moment they go to Vito in Dallas. Recently they were 14-3 up against North and lost the game. It has been a nightmare for them, but still they're here in the best of one against MouseSports, a team we're both very excited about. The talent in this squad is off the charts. You got Voxic, one of the hottest properties in terms of snipers in the game right now. You got one of the young, hopeful talents of the scene, Frozen, and we're off into the action here. Speaking of Voxic, he'll be challenging towards those T steps, but falling on the P250. No armor for him, but he has got the smoke and flashbang. This is what you call a default on the pistol. No real objective at the start, just going to get some basic map control. They have one smoke, one flash. Suggest they'll finish up towards A, but also can go back towards B. It'll just be a little bit more difficult for them.
Two rare P2Ks spotted as well. Frozen and Chris J choosing to wield them. The less popular of the two for the CT starter pistol. See where they choose to take this bomb. Starting to group in towards Apps. MIBR prepare for their assault. Rops is going to be the only man at the moment poised to respond from this balcony leap. It's a hard shot to hit. Fur doing some gymnastics as he descends and connects a bullet as well. Now smoked off. And that bomb can go down. It's a solid take.
It's really nice there. They've saved that smoke, and so they've got full control as well. So instead of telegraphing their approach and allowing rotations to come through, they've committed 3 players out. As you saw, incredibly difficult shots. Smoke goes down post-plant. 15 seconds of hell with the CTs to sit there through, agonizing as they have to set out their retake. But still, a 5-on-5 here.
Yeah, essentially a round from a retake server. This time, the stakes a little higher. Chris J first on. He's going to try and find Phelps, but a quick trade from behind. In the back of his skull was Fur. Fur now falls. Frozen in a bit of a spot of bother. Taco in a similar situation. He did take Rops before going down, though. It's down to a 1v2. Now a 1v1. Fallen. He's dancing around the pillar. Woxic, no fear, no time. And that is going to be the first for MIBR.
Really beautiful stuff there from the Brazilians. Enjoyed that strategy. Like I said, default the start just to kind of suss out any sort of aggression across the map. They realize there's no CDs pushing down middle. There's no one challenging Banana. They've got apartments control. 3 towards the end of the apartments. 1 flashbang over. Rops, long-range angle. As you saw, the USP, unless you get that insta headshot, very difficult to handle. He didn't do any damage. They then smoked him off towards Library. He can't even do anything when the bomb goes down. So sure, it's a 5-on-5. A retake is certainly a possibility, but just time was the biggest factor there. It was almost a 6th man for MIBR in the post-plant situation. It comes down to the 1-on-1. They win it, but there's no chance to even defuse, and they will force by in the second round. MouseSports, that is, of course, and it's the scout of Voxy that's removed pretty quickly. coldzera with the Krieg finds the first kill.
Another weapon, you know, another player who can use that weapon to the very best of your ability. Just a quick headshot down the entirety of the map. Frozen backs away. He's been given a bit of a warning tap. But MIBR, they're going to look to do this one cleanly. Perhaps even, you know, funnel Phelps. He's got low HP and an SMG. Send him in first. Try and get a couple of extra bonus frags, if not bonus information. Rotate has come in from Carrigan. He does have that scout. Now, potential to at least do some damage and perhaps convert with a nade. This could be juicy. No, backs away. Smart from Fallen.
Yeah, nice tags from the scouts. Not sure it's going to be enough at this point, but certainly a chance that increases them significantly. Lovely shot there from Robs, but they know he's pretty far away from the bomb site in general. He'll now be smoked off, and Taco has full control of A, but here comes Carrigan. Pretty bit of a dab hand with the scout himself, I would say. He hits another one. It's going to be 3 players tagged up now in the 3 versus 4. Bomb still stuck in the apartments. 40 seconds remaining. coldzera is still towards B, Alex. Like, what's he trying to sell at this point?
I mean, Frozen, he's backing away now, but if anything, that's the strongest weapon that they have in this. Strongest HP pool, that's for sure. And now, well, they're low, but they should be around for MIBR. coldzera confirms that Frozen's rotate will yield nothing. Rops is backing away with Carrigan. They perhaps want to hunt down that Krieg.
That could be the best call at this stage. You've got the Deagle, the Scout, and coldzera isolated towards the ruins. Double kill on the cards. He'll do significant damage towards Carrigan. He's staying alive now. So yeah, the reason I kind of called coldzera out for being there, because the low HP players, the 3 tagged up, scouted players, if they go down quickly, the bomb planted, coldzera is then removed, right? He can't do anything. He's so far away, but obviously it works out very well for them. They keep 4 players up. A scary round for sure. 4 spy though negated, and they're going to have a 2-0 with just a Scout and Deagle being saved. That's not too much to write home about, so MIBR in a decent position. Remember, this is coldzera's like specialist map. Like MIBR certainly been turbulent, I would say, in the last year on this one, but he always performs. The games they do win, he'll be posting 30 plus every single time.
Yeah, and of course, a recent performance on LAN as well. coldzera was just looking indomitable. There are games where he reminds you why he is considered, or was considered rather, the best player in the world for so long. He's always a part of the conversation. Perhaps it's time for him to prove himself once again here in France. Taco tagged up by the scout, and that's all we're going to have to talk about, I think, for this round for MouseSports. The threat of those Deagles. I mean, you have to commend them for taking the fights early. They get close, that's going to be a bloodbath.
Got to be in it to win it. They have taken heavy damage on the MIBR side, but still absolutely fine here. Just frozen waiting. I think he's only got the P2000 at the corner, so yeah, not really going to be able to do much of this. The fact he's got that weapon might be the cue in itself to commit. You can see Fur, he's on the other side of the map. He will be taking down Robson, just confirming that maybe the A side's clear. Good scout kill, wallbang headshot will take Fallen down. And
coldzera.
I think that's about as exciting as it'll get, but coldzera, you're right. Another lovely shot from him, round guaranteed. Christian, the scout, he's very good with this weapon. As you can see, he'll get a close-range headshot and actually upgrade to an AK. He's got a flash as well, I believe, so might as well save that.
There you go shopping. Maybe there's something else lying around the battlefield. He can scurry away into round 4. But yes, MIBR, they get the pistol and convert the following 2. It is going to... You haven't seen MouseSports in a full buy yet. We'll get to see that, of course, coming into round 4.
Well, there it is. MIBR with 3. And they've managed to save nice bit of utility as well. Smokes, flashes, Molotovs, HEs in the next round. Their money would be in a fantastic position after this one. Remember, 3,500 on top of what they have right now is the reaction. It won't be much of one, I'm afraid, after winning this round. Pretty standard day in the office for them, taking down eco players. But Chris J, most notably, he'll save the AK. And that's going to be great. He can even drop the AWP now if he wants to for his teammate. That's not going to be the case. Voxic will buy his own. And watch out for him. One of the scariest CT AWPers in the game right now. I
swear, man. Something that's one of the many exciting factors of MouseSports that got me going was the fact that Chris J is the second AWP.
Yes.
He's so, you know, give him that second AWP and give him the freedom he has with this scout, he can do similar things.
I agree.
He can do so much without the limitations of, I need you to hold this line. And that's, you know, the freedom that's given to him by having such a hard hitter like Voxic has the primary. And speeding towards B is Taco. Frozen, he's not ready for this. He's got flames beneath him, flashing his face, and they're low. And Chris J, he does damage, a double. Not bad. Damage control from the CT, and now with a level stead, they have to slow down, decelerate somewhat, gives time for Voxic to get into position with that AWP.
It's because it's such a common setup these days to have 3 players towards the B site. It's not like the old days you can just rush in and think you got 2 kills, that's going to be it. They are slowing it right down, and rightly so. They have made things incredibly difficult here for Voxic. He had a chance to deny the plan with the wallbang. It doesn't connect, but the Orc does. Carrigan bravely pushes through the smoke, but he's got Taco to deal with here, and he knows he's got a kill for free, essentially. He needs to be patient, nails it, and now he'll sit towards the well position. 2 versus 2. No utility left on the CT side, but they certainly got headshots, and it's coldzera. He's always in the back lines, it seems. They assume he's towards the banana right now, and they would be incorrect in their mindset. He gets the first, nails the second as well. There's the Krieg. If he had the AK there, Alex, no doubt in my mind he gets that kill.
As soon as the first bullet doesn't connect or doesn't convert, the spray starts. It's just a little unfamiliar. You're not wrong, and that's the first for MouseSports.
Yeah, that's the only thing I would say about the Krieg. You really have to put the man hours in to learn how to use it in a close range without the scope. It's not easy to handle. It's very difficult. Statistically, a fantastic weapon. We've seen players that have mastered it, and a few of these other styles bring it to their game now. But this with an AK, he's not missing that kill. I'll tell you that right now. And Robs is loving it. That's the first run on the board for MouseSports, and we'll still have plenty of cash here from MIBR, no problem. AWP for Fallen. Same story for Voxic, and that's a great shot. Takes down coldzera, falls back, takes no damage. Great start. Everyone can just go back towards the bomb sites now.
Just snaps the spear of MIBR before they even get to the battlefield, and now just 4 remain. Chris J, what's this? Aggression into Banana. He gets a 1v1 versus Phelps in this little quasi-house he's created out of smoke. Unfortunately, Taco, he blows that one right down. Down to a 4v3 now. A spurt of aggression. That's Banana control one way.
I like it.
Chris J's way.
Yeah, well, Chris J, he has been known to be very aggressive towards B, especially with an MP7, usually.
Yeah.
This time, the silenced M4. And I like the silenced M4. Like, it is a situational weapon. Inferno, it makes sense. Very smoke-heavy map. If you're playing B, for example, and you're pushing, why not have the extra element of stealth? Why not bring that into your game? I feel like it's a weapon that's been forgotten about. Maybe needs a little bit more love, but the fact you get 25 bullets in that now and an extra clip in there as well, like, I feel like it still has its place in the game. Maps like Inferno, for sure, as they have a 4-on-3 lead here. It's going to be MIBR back towards middle, but Voxic, really safe angle here. He's just off the corner, which is the pre-fire, sees the flashbang coming in and just wants to drop the incendiary. Look how much time he's bought. Got himself right back in position and funneled them back towards B. Frozen knows it. He's rotating to back up Carrigan here. Carrigan will be there with if he arrives in time.
If Frozen arrives in time, that molly can land. That's going to force him into a 10-second awkward scenario. There's the molly. 19 seconds. What do you do now? They're going to smoke it off, and better hope that Carrigan is just serving himself up on a silver platter. The flashes have landed as well. 10 seconds. That bomb has to go in. Carrigan, he does get caught in transition, but still living. 5 seconds. The round is as good as over. All they have to do is survive. The bomb is going down. I think Fallen has it, though. I think he has time. He does. Right in the nick of time, and now comes down to frags.
It really does. That was well played from MIBR to even get that bomb planted. Can they do anything more with it? Fallen seems to think so. Furs in a prime position for a couple more kills here. Will they spot him? They won't. Low HP. Frozen round the corner for Mass in hand. It looks like the round has fallen apart, and absolutely has. It's MIBR who looked like they had nothing there, Alex. And I feel like MouseSports almost played themselves. Yes, the clock is very low, but they didn't want to challenge at all. Carrigan's ducking and weaving behind the pillar. He bought lots of time. Yes, I absolutely agree, but unless he buys them enough, which is less than 4 seconds on the clock, that's when it really makes sense. He actually almost gives himself up. They get a scrappy plant down, and it all falls apart there. MIBR steal the round away.
I mean, it looked like 4 on my screen. It could not have been closer.
Yeah.
Fallen just about gets his body on the site and gets that bomb down.
You can see exactly what they're trying to do. It was very unlucky for MouseSports. Like it's just half a second's difference.
I mean, I saw the Molotov, I saw them flashbanged, and I saw 15 seconds. They win that round.
Sure.
Crazy stuff from crazy players. MIBR 4-1 up on the T side of Inferno. This is a best of 1, best of 3s to come, of course, but your opening gambit is always in this format. And MouseSports, they've had to swallow a couple of bitter pills already, and this one, no different, just pistols.
Just the pistols for now, a partial buy as they get ready for, I think, maximum loss bonus next round. Indeed it is. So 5-7 Steagles for now. No armor, but they have got a couple of smokes. We'll see now if this is where they can start to find a couple of opening kills. 3 players towards B, Carrigan, Chris J, and Frozen. Balls on that side of the map. Cold Zero has been finding frag after frag. He'll be the one with the bomb in his back as all 5 players from the Brazilian squad make their way over towards the B bomb site. Nothing too flashy required here, Alex. Couple of smokes in, coffins and CD spawn, Molotov new boxes, triple flash over. Get yourself in, find those kills. Shouldn't be an issue.
The 1 smoke on Chris J, I imagine that's to delay when the first nades come in. So is this enough for the queue? That is it. You see it come out of Fallen hands, and it comes out of Chris J's too. Not the best smoke, but hopefully going to make things awkward. There's a bit of a gap. Phelps was hoping to exploit. Frozen trying to leap over the boxes, draw attention towards him, keep Chris J a little bit of a second thought, and that's enough. Carrigan actually found the frag. Carrigan pushing through that smoke now as Chris J didn't quite get the memo. Carrigan, what's this? He's got 3. Chris J another. They're shutting them down with nothing. Fallen, he's only got 40 points of health. He does have the AWP, but he's got no time. The round is over.
Oh! The round is over, but so is Voxic. Get him out of here. Fallen looked like he was absolutely out of it and somehow makes that work. So sure, they win the round, and that's worth a fist bump. But the fact that he survived there and it looked like a lock-in kill to remove the AWP, that's still going to be a little bit disheartening for them. But yes, Carrigan saving the day there. Absolutely. Really well played.
Pushes through the smoke. The calls are so already concrete for MIBR. They know there's 1 coffins. The call is 1 new box. The eyes are on that side of the site. And Carrigan, he just, well, it's a ballsy play. That's the bottom line. Balls of steel. Charges in with an SG.
Yeah, that's very impressive.
And a timeout straight after it.
That's one of the players I wanted to point out when we discussed earlier. Like, we've seen a resurgence in terms of players you wouldn't necessarily consider big fraggers. In today's game, when we have the Kriegs and the Orgs, these lesser names you don't expect to be big number pullers, this is actually changing into something quite promising for players like Carrigan, I would say. Like, he's actually looked much better since the rifles have come into CSGO in general. It looks like his numbers have improved somewhat.
But are you using that to paint and say that the skill ceiling has got lower?
No, I'm not. I just feel like it's a new game out there these days. And the players that are adopted early and pick this weapon up, they're reaping the benefits early. And Carrigan's certainly one of those players has been using it for a while.
I mean, if he sees a change to the game he loves and he wants to succeed in it, absolutely. Do your homework, do your prep. 800 frags deathmatch every day with both of the scoped weapons you want to use. That's my homework.
That's the machine
that's the homework,
regime, is it?
Yeah. I've seen the One Punch Man workout regime. That's crazy. Great results, though. You do have to run some crazy amount of kilometers every day, but other than that, I'm ready for it.
Well, MIBR will be ready for this round. Remember, Fallen saved the orb from the previous one in a scrappy affair. Chris J presenting similar sort of aggression he did before. This time, feels more comfortable to hold him by himself. Frozen rotates out. Voxic, anything but. He'll get the first kill. Fer goes down, drops back towards the arch. And in terms of the setup from MIBR, they have 3 players towards the apartments once again. They'll flash themselves off the chimney, I suppose, and see if they can find Robs. But it's a gamble at best. If they can get a couple of kills here, I'll be impressed. Very difficult to get out of it cleanly.
Objective set. Charge begins. They strafe out towards short. Rops hears it and ready to react. The bunnies arrive, and Phelps, he only gets 1. Carrigan dips his head under. He knows there's a threat of coldzera as he descends from balcony, falling into support with that orb we talked about, and he's already connected. Sight clear. 38 and the bomb on the back of coldzera. He could perhaps get the bomb in the safe corner. He does so. Now Fallen, it's a game of survival as well. He's got to keep his teammates safe. But ideally, he wants to find an after-plant position. I think he's going to have to accept to be on site.
I think so. He's combative with the AWP, so he'll be fine with this. Good smoke towards the apartments allows him to focus towards the quad side here. Shoulder peek from Frozen ends his life, and now Chris J out of the apartments now. He comes through the smoke. He knows exactly what coldzera is. This kill is absolutely massive, but of course, it's coldzera. He lands it once again. Another close-range headshot with the Krieg, and that's going to be 5-2. Remember, they came in with 3 pistols, 1 rifle, and the AWP, and it's enough. It was not an easy round. It comes right down to the wire, but coldzera delivers once again.
Now here's a stat for you, Woxic. Of all the players at this tournament, he holds the highest in opening duels. And of course, I mean, I imagine that's going to be across the online season as well. He did have a fantastic time there. That was Fallen's way in. If Carrigan hadn't have fallen there, I think coldzera would have had an awkward fight with him himself.
The dry peek from Frozen.
Okay, and the round started and the round's over. There we go. Fer and coldzera in the first 10 seconds find a frag each.
Yeah, looking like this will be quite a simple round. Stick together, trade out. Any damage taken will be handed back in due course. And there it is. It's going to be a 5 versus 1. One of the quickest rounds you'll see in Counter-Strike. As just poor old Frozen with a P250 at T-steps. Bombs going to be planted. Not really much to do.
It is a wonderful storyline from MIBR. You know the taco angle of we don't think we need you. Holy hell! Look at the damage.
Yes.
We need you. Comes back, succeed. I think that's a very cool. Not only a statement about the value of players like Taco and the role they fill. I'm just going to be careful in case he just somehow slaughters them. No, he doesn't. But yeah, this whole story arc of the Brazilians who ruled the world of Counter-Strike, then were humbled, felt like they needed more firepower. They you know, to bring Zeus back. I mean, he had a whole adventure at Team Liquid. They kind of went, guys, it worked before, it can work again.
Yeah.
And
we're seeing
slowly
that
but
happen
surely.
to a few teams there. To a lesser extent, if you look at ENCE, for example, a team that has stunned the world with their performances and the trophies and podium finishes they were getting, now finding themselves in a point where they're kind of plateauing, right?
Yeah.
Where do they go from here? How do they evolve their game? Their system was fantastic, but now so much attention towards them. And speaking of which, Frozen's going to send a bit of attention towards the bottom and middle. He's on 1 and 8 right now. Adds another frag to that total. Phelps will be dropped. This aggression is looking very beneficial. Not so much for Fallen. He will be taken down as Robs will drop as well. They've got a huge lead here, and I think the round is completed. Robs has done such a great job using those sound cues to his advantage. 5-on-2 for coldzera. Not really much to do here.
Now, you understand this game far better than me, Henry. A lot of people watching are going to think, what the hell was Fallen doing? Is that just a bit of a miscomm?
That's just a reactive play because the fact because Frozen's towards the bottom and middle, right, it suggests their setup's not going to be traditional.
It's aggressive.
There's going to be gaps in the setup somewhere, right? So we've lost that first pick. We've lost middle completely. Our banana players might go down here as well. If I can go out and get a transitioning player from Arch or someone on the bomb side, I've cracked something open. I've done something with it. So sure, it looks a little bit silly, I suppose, but overall his mentality was, this round's done. We've lost everything. I need to get it back in our favor.
Precisely. Okay, understood. Because you do see that play coming out. You know, in another world, he comes out, catches the transitioner, and it's genius.
Yep.
They look silly at times. That's the one.
If he goes out there and kills a guy at Arch, and then the whole A side's open, it looks genius, right? But sometimes you have to make those calls. I don't think this is touched upon enough in CS. Is having gut feelings. You hear one bit of information, you're just like, okay, if that dude's down towards bottom and middle, it means there's going to be some sort of holes to exploit. I'm going to see what I can do. If I get it, my teammates are behind me, which they were. If he gets that one kill, boom, they've actually turned around on his head. And it's still very early on in the game. They have a 6-3 lead, so not the end of the world, as they will buy up into this one. One rifle, though, I should state. Just the Krieg for coldzera. I say just. The things he's been doing with that weapon, Alex, are pretty unspeakable.
Truly. There's very few players capable of making the SG look this appealing. Yep. I mean, this is a weapon I need to be using ASAP if I could use it like this. 10 frags for him so far. Into round 10, rather appropriately. but the buy is, yeah, it's somewhat of a hindrance for MIBR. Let's see what they choose to make of it. We've seen success from them pouring out of apartments before. Perhaps Carrigan and Rops have learned from their previous shortcomings on keeping that apartment's burst dealt with. So Cold Zero's lining up the smoke. That's going to be kind of creating somewhat of a wall between the arch ramp and the site itself. Carrigan, he's going to have to make some decisions fast as they start to pour out. A good flashbang, good timing, and now the fight's coming. He swings, the molly's good, the damage is good. He's holding fire as they wait in the smoke, and now Fallen emerges from balcony. Locked out by the smoke himself, but Frozen and Woxic, they're doing enough to keep it equal. 2v2, Woxic wins the round and burns for his merit. My goodness.
Wow. Okay, I like that. That's the sort of Counter-Strike that gets your heart racing. You don't know what's going on. There's grenades everywhere. There's bodies hitting the deck. But it will be MouseSports just about getting through by the skin of their teeth. The A execution, which is probably the best protocol, right? Considering you've got, what, MAC-10s, pistols, a couple of rifles. You want to get those smokes down. You can see the smoke towards the left-hand side of the library to segregate these players on the bomb site here. The Voxic, incredibly strong spray from him. Yeah, that was really cool. He goes down to the flames in the end, but the round's done. Money going to be weaker on their side, but lucky for them, that was a force buy from MIBR, so they're pretty much on nothing now. Deagle, no armor. I say nothing. They do significant damage towards Chris J, but he wants to keep going. And it will cost him his life, Alex, I'm afraid.
Yeah, Frozen hopefully will pick up the pieces, otherwise Chris J is going to have some toe-curling moments in about 30 seconds' time. Frozen, he knows there's one close, and yep, Chris J's info has got the banana back under control. Just hoping the CTs step out of line at this point. No other real options for them. No nades, no hope, no weapons. Carrigan picking up the pieces. Cold Zero, he's always a threat. Had no health, no cover, still finds the one frag. And actually, Fur's going to find another one. This has become a 1v2. Frozen, he's on for the ace. And I think it's likely he's about to be fed it.
Okay, though. Well, with Fur with 40 seconds, he's gone through the underpass. He'll make his way towards T steps. I don't think he's saving here. The bomb's down all the way between that banana, Voxic and Frozen patrolling it. There should be no way he wins this. We'll see what he can do. And that's why, because it's such a difficult angle. You've got a strong sniper at the top, one of the bright upcoming stars of CSGO, Frozen waiting at the bottom as well.
Voxic or Voxic?
I say Voxic. I think it sounds cooler.
I know that's how he says it.
Yeah.
Because he says Voxic. Yanko says Voxic, but I think it's an accent thing. I'm going to go for Voxic. That sounds cooler.
Like, Voxic sounds lame. You know,
you're not wrong.
Voxic sounds cool.
Voxic sounds like a badass.
So that's what I've gone with.
Okay, I'm taking Voxic. And I have to apologize. There's probably at like 5% of the chat who, for some reason, really are hating the fact I'm calling him Zipnix when I was casting Astralis.
Sure. I kind of hate that too.
I can't break it. It's such a hard habit to break.
We'll get you.
Anders did this to me. It's all Anders. Blame him. Pushing. Carrigan. Big push. And actually, Phelps is going to help him out, but it is just going to be the 1-for-1.
Yeah, but things aren't done just yet. Chris J has been aggressive, hasn't he?
They both are. Double peeking into the smoke. They know where they're hiding. The smoke's the only obscurity. And they find another. Fallen's paid a heavy price. Voxic is going to be pressured as they start to wrap. This is a wrap towards B6. Who is that? Chris J. He's going to be aware and alert. He's actually going to be positioning himself perfectly. Rops nearly got caught out. Chris J does silence just one presence on that dank flank. Fur is there as well, but he's playing the waiting game. They have the positions to cause a bit of an upset here. It is, yes, a 2v4 and Fallen's low. But if Fur was to catch a Voxic in transition, which is exactly where he's going, here we go. This is where the castle starts to come crumbling down. If he finds the second on, the A site would be open and they've got a route in. Not expecting pit though, and Rops will punish. That should be the round.
Good try, and some money found there for sure. But yeah, Fallen with another play on the side here. He'll do what he can, but unfortunately for him, Frozen will close things out. We really have got a game on our hands now. It's got the 6-6. MouseSports really starting to tie things up. They had a rough start into this one, but I love the aggression they're presenting every single round. They're not scared of MIBR. They're not intimidated by any stretch of the imagination here. They're pushing, they're ready to frag, and they've got some absolute great aim stars within their roster as well. So why not? Carrigan knows he's got them available to him, and start throwing them towards the MIBR
though.
players.
I mean, it's 1-for-1, back and forth. Fur got himself 1,500 with this one. course, 2 of them crossed, 1 of them fell from Chris J, an alert CT, but hang on a second, Henry's excited.
That's enabled him to get the hero AK out here. That could be enough. A player like Fur can make that work. It's Phelps to go down first here. Another brawl of a round here, Alex, but it's Frozen, showing us that star level everyone's been talking about. We've been wanting to see it, and he's certainly delivering the last few months. He is a fantastic player, and it's fallen with the Desert Eagle now. Looks like he might be out of luck. Throws a flashbang's gonna have to peek before it, and Carrigan will be ready. Strikes him down, and Cold Zera again seems to be focusing more on this kind of lurk mentality so far on the T side of Inferno. It's going to be MouseSports taking the lead now for the first time. They have had a struggle on their CT side. This will call for an MIBR timeout. Their money is okay. They're averaging about $4,000 per player, but things started to drop off now. They've lost 5 rounds in a row.
And you know what excites me is just how much of this game there is to come. This is, sure, it's a best of 1. There is so much more Counter-Strike to be played between these two, and they are inseparable at the moment.
And it's the CT side of MIBR is where they actually struggle somewhat. It's, it's their B-bomb side where I feel like they have weaknesses. They rely heavily on Cold Zera's T-side performances to actually get them big rounds, and that's been evident so far. You can see he's got 12 kills. Might not sound like a monstrous amount, but we've only had 13 rounds of play. The rounds they've been winning, he's been going off. He's been finding the kills. So he always is that kind of the ace up their sleeve, but we'll see what they can do here in round 14. They have brought up 2 Galils, a Krieg, 2 AKs. It suggests they need to go for more set-piece mentality here. They are getting bullied off certain parts of the map, especially towards Banana. Carrigan will be dropping an aggressive smoke down towards middle. I feel like that's just to suggest we're going aggressive again, and they'll have to dump a lot of utility into it just to investigate that position. As you can see, they haven't really checked out second middle at all yet. Fur does get through eventually, but they do not push down on the CT side. They're going to keep throwing that smoke just to keep suggesting they might go aggressive again.
Phelps just got a boatload of utility thrown in his direction, and he's recovered, but down past half health. And Christian, look, he's so liberal.
I love him.
Information that would otherwise take 30 seconds to acquire, he holds W, gets it in 5.
It's because they're smoking T-steps with conviction every single time. So that means the AWPer can't really back up anyone that does want to challenge it. They've got their system with the grenades, and Chris J happy to fight blind, it seems. He'll run around that corner, no problem, even if there's flames down. You've got to respect it. And it just sets the precedent on that side of the map. It means once you don't do that position, that sort of play, they're going to have to use their grenades regardless.
Flash, peek, again, rinse, repeat. Constantly poking and prodding any Ts that want to establish themselves in Banana. They've still got utility as well. Take note. A smoke on Frozen. Chris J's got nothing, and that's actually probably going to work out in MouseSports' favor should they not go towards this site, because they're heading towards the utility. They're heading towards the A defense. Yeah,
Voxic's got the arch side covered. It's going to be a quad finish by the looks of things from MIBR. That incendiary just to funnel them, confirm things, and Voxic now can focus on the bomb site. Bomb there. They are going to have a bit of an issue, though. They are going to actually commit to this. Voxic, he has to knife out and just try and survive at this point. Makes it towards the arch, but smoked. He'll have to reposition back towards Library. MIBR just so relentless with their pressure towards A, but this is Carrigan baiting and Robs. Wait for him to make his arrival on the site. He doesn't want to show unless he absolutely has to. Still waiting, and he gets his first. 8 seconds remaining, and this is when he knows he can win the round single-handedly, buying the time. No chance to plant now. Not going for the flashy plays, Alex. Playing the rounds to win itself. He doesn't want to go for
gorgeous
a highlight
work. The fact that, I mean, I hadn't noticed it, but Carrigan, the fact that he wasn't necessarily trying to hit those shots, sure, tapping away at the heads, but he was taking the hardest shot he could to keep him alive the longest. Just kept that clock going.
He wanted to be a nuisance. And Rops didn't want, like I said, he doesn't want the highlight clips. He doesn't want the big 3-man spray down. He's running that clock down as low as it possibly can, then fighting. Again, staying alive and making sure there's no chance of plant, then he'll get the kill. That's what's the difference between someone who's an exciting young talent and someone who's really learning how to be a professional Counter-Strike player.
And imagine what Robs is doing for Frozen. He's been there. He's done it. Phelps, again, has to pay a early price to some of this. But this is what happens. If you want to stick around and actually vie for control, you're down low. Fur's even lower. Robs shuts down his initial aggression towards A and backs away. 9-6. It would be a rather juicy morsel for MouseSports, especially considering if, you know, what you're saying is true, that the CT side can be difficult for MIBR. 9 rounds coming into your T side, MouseSports could be setting themselves up nicely.
I feel like they really rely on Fallen on the CT side. They need him to have a strong game. Like, he has to have one of those Device-esque sort of performances where he's everywhere on the map. He's towards B, middle, apartment, second mid. And unless he can find that form, it could be difficult.
Find that AWP. I mean, money could be tight.
Yeah. So this is still like a great half for them. Like 6 rounds is great. But let's see if Voxic can deny them a 7th. That's not bad. He gets the bomb down. They've got nothing to say about that. Their Galils will do 0 work. 5 versus 1, Alex. I feel like Taco might be out of this one.
He's not done badly, though. Fantastic work on 2. Another one's low. That's 3. Taco looking for a 1v5 with 4 HP. Ambitious, but so were the first 3 frags. Has a smoke if he wants to retrieve that bomb, quote-unquote, safely. Bullets likely would follow from Frozen. So makes his intentions clear. Will Frozen? He does. 25, and Chris J just baited him in. I was so invested, I didn't even look at the map.
Well,
Chris J having a walk.
Was one very exciting half. It looked like MIBR were going to run away with it, but MouseSports have come online and they are ready to take this best of 1. Will they be able to do it? Get to find out after this break. We'll be right back.
To silence. The future is here to revolt.
Inferno continues, MouseSports versus MIBR. Mouse managed to nurture 9 on their defense, and now it's time for the Brazilians to do their best to take us all the way. Hoping for a close game, and indeed it does really look to be going that way. MouseSports have indicated a clear game plan. Aggression seems to be at the tippy top of their list, and it got them this far. Let's see how the second half. I'm joined by Henry. Let's see how this one starts off. Speaking of aggression, here comes MIBR.
I love it, Alex. This is a lot of fun to watch. It's Robs to open things up. He's got the Superman set at the P250 armor combo, and he's got CTs all around him as well. This is a weird round. It's difficult to analyze this one, Alex.
Look at the minimap. There are fights happening in underpass at 90 seconds left on the clock.
Unbelievable scenes here. Well, it's going to be the man advantage even more so now for MouseSports as they find themselves in a 5 versus 2. The aggression seems like it might have been in vain, but clawing their way back into it. Smoke is strong from Chris J. If he gets the 1 kill here, the USP not the best weapon for the job. The last bullet is what keeps him alive. And in the fight, Phelps can't react. Now Fallen will have his work cut out for him. They'll book it towards the B bomb side. I think he's aware of that prospect. He's got a smoke, an HE, a decoy, but no defuse kit. And I think he might be out of luck as well. Unfortunately for him, Chris J has done such a great job of staying alive and containing him towards that middle position.
I mean, that was like ships in the night.
Yep.
The most MouseSports charge up second mid, MIBR charge down mid. Fantastic stuff. It caused a lot of instability. The round just got chaotic. I imagine communications got chaotic, trying to pinpoint where these players were coming from.
We can see everything, right? We've got the X-rays, we've got the mini-maps, and even for me, I was like, wait, who's got the advantage here? Who's doing well? Who's actually going to find the next kill? And there was an absolute brawl. And those sort of rounds, like, they're not classic Counter-Strike rounds, but they certainly have a place in today's game. It seems like a lot of teams want to push down towards mid on the CT side just to shut down any execution potential. Even if you get a 1-for-1 trade, you've removed any chance they had of maybe going for a 5-man execution on this side of the map, or they're going to do a rush. They're going to have to slow it right down and cancel it. So if you do get the advantage there, you're happy your players get the kills, it's great. But MouseSports, like you said, second middle is the ultimate counter because then you get close range, you get behind those USPs, and at close range, the Glock will come out on top.
And that puts MouseSports in prime position to start to step on the throat. 10-6, looking for 11 and looking to do so with an hero AK on ROPS. The rest just going to be bouncing around with MAC-10s and UMPs respectively. And Fallen's actually got himself a UMP. We'll see where he chooses to take that one as the nades do start to rain in. Nothing to write home about in terms of damage. Molotov keeps Fallen at bay for now, but smoke there too.
Well then, the UMP of Fallen. It will find one somehow, but he's taking a lot of damage here, down to 4 HP, and Mouse0, the follow-up grenade, will take him down. So, yes, it's a nice opening pick, but they lose the only SMG they had, and a 4-on-4, regardless of the setup, it was a full gun round, still favors the T side. So, nice opening kill, unlucky not to get away. Taco and coldzera playing heads-up CS towards the top of middle. They've had to deploy smoke, not feeling 100% comfortable there.
I am loving the fact that all utility is color-coded now. It's
cool,
sick.
isn't it?
I'm seeing blue smokes and orange Molotovs flying across the map. It is gorgeous to look at. And with that said, once again, very little gained so far from MouseSports, but they still have all of the tools at their disposal. Does look like they're starting to set their sights towards B, which is where the lion's share of MIBR's weaponry lies. Fur has picked up Fallen's UMP. But they've got nothing to keep them at bay. Phelps is on the scene with a smoke. 30 seconds. This could be the perfect time to utilize it. A flash perhaps and a peek. He's thinking about it. Does have Fur to swing with him.
Yeah, that flashbang bounced off the back of the wall there can be very powerful. They will finish up towards B, 20 seconds remaining.
They're waiting for steps, right?
Another smoke down, and this is the commitment now. Flashbang goes in, Phelps has to deliver. He's got players in front of him, but the MAC-10 comes out on top. Fur does great work to bring it into a 2-on-2. Problem is, the other two players are the CTs. They're on the A-bomb side, coldzera and Taco. Deagles in hand, with armor as well, but no defuse kit or grenades up against the AK and UMP. Worth going for sure. If there's any mistakes made, any close range pushes. They had a Molotov, which flushes Carrigan out, but don't really have much to actually punish him after he has to reposition now.
coldzera and a Deagle. A fun combination of words. We'll see if there's anything more to be said, and it doesn't seem to be the case. Taco, they know exactly where he is. He's running out of time. And running out of chances, he's going to have a little bit of a 1v1 versus Carrigan. The UMP prevails, Mouse prevail, and they convert off the pistol. So that's going to be now 11-6.
Big round for MouseSports there. Full eco for MIBR on the cards. 12-6 down potentially. Said that many times before, though, and sometimes it's the USPs that come out on top. So it's never a lock-in. No round is in Counter-Strike. Oh, we get a replay of the chicken. You don't like to see that. Chickens are just there. Hanging out, doing their thing.
Yeah, those poor guys, man. They see so much. You know, if chickens could talk.
Right? The things they've seen.
Stories we would learn.
USPs, one smoke, a flashbang, and a deagle for Fur. That's about as exciting as it gets. They got 4 players towards middle. They're going to flash and just pounce and see what's available. Here's the flash. And Frozen's in the perfect position. Just a fallback and nothing gathered for MIBR.
These are the toughest rounds. I imagine perhaps even a conversation about what's going to be done about this problem into the next round happening for MIBR. SMGs, of course, in the hands of MouseSports. That's where they can just go hunting, really start to build up a bed of cash. Fallen, he's got all the info. coldzera is about to receive. He's got himself a P250. One would be a dream. They can see him beneath the cart, and it's the end of that one. 600 apiece for all of those frags, and we've got ourselves the 12 for MouseSports just in a matter of time.
They were 5-2 down, remember. MouseSports on their CT side, 5-2 down. They then converted 7 rounds in a row towards the end of that first half. They've now got 3 rounds in a row at the beginning of the second half. They have turned this game on its head. MIBR were flying. They were looking fantastic. And all of a sudden, MouseSports have woken up and they're just taking absolutely everything. As we'll see them now have another clean sweep. Bombs down. For Phelps, not really much can be done. They're trying to find any sort of exit kills, but I don't think that's going to be a possibility.
That's crazy. So actually, I hate to be the guy that's correcting you, but it makes it more exciting. 6-2 to 11-6.
Yeah.
That's just the most absurd comeback. They haven't dropped a round in forever.
It's mad, isn't it? That's insane. Like, it looked like MIBR, again, start really well on Inferno, then it really starts to plummet. It's something about this map for them. If they get a good start, it looks great, but they can't seem to stabilize any momentum they always pick up.
So 10 rounds in a row for MouseSports. Let's see if they can find the 11th. Full weapons now, and the player you pointed the finger at is Fallen. CT side Inferno, you have to see Fallen come online.
Well, like I said, coldzera always delivers on Inferno for them. He hasn't posted a frag in this half yet, but obviously very early days. Fallen, he is the linchpin of the CT side. He has to be the one finding opening picks, making things uncomfortable for the opposition. He needs to be that high-flying player that we know and love. And whether we'll see it today is yet to be seen.
Interesting little one there from Fallen. His smoke, the smoke he throws at the top of Banana leaves a gap for legs, so he can see any inquisitive tees if they want to take their chances, perhaps boost a teammate, any sort of opportunity he can exploit. Little gap there in his smoke grenade, but they start to gather. This is actually quite a fast one on A.
It's the bonus round, right? They've still got residual SMGs, so why not get stuck in? There's potential no helmets on the other side. It's the opening kill from Carrigan. They're smoked off the arch here. A lot of pressure being applied towards A. Phelps is just stuck in no man's land. He's not on the bomb side. He's not towards a pit. He will reposition. coldzera can do nothing about it. No helmet. That cost him his life. Phelps can try and save the day here. The bomb goes down. He's stuck in the arch. I think they have to save. And now why I call that a bonus round, Alex, is the resources are there. They can buy up rifles if they want to, but they hold on to the Mac 10s, the UMPs, so they can do a very fast round like that. Someone can call, obviously Carrigan can call, right, we're going to stick together as a 5-man fragging unit here. We're going to throw a fast round in. We're going to run around corners. We're going to push through smokes. We're going to make things a nightmare for them. There's 3 players now without helmets, and you saw coldzera was one of them. He was in a prime position to get 2 kills. As soon as he gets touched in the head by UMP, boom, he goes down. That's it. So that's why it's such a great call from Carrigan. Keep the team together. Keep it fast in those sort of rounds.
Yeah, I mean, he did just drive by. I mean, he didn't have to do much more. He had all of that chaos being caused by his team. He could just focus on gliding around, bouncing around that site, holding his UMP sideways for extra star points.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts from Mouse. So that's like textbook CS. That's like my favorite kind of calling right there from Carrigan. That's why he's considered such a massive commodity within teams, right?
And they leave with a scavenged set of sexy assault rifles.
That's the best way it can go down for you. So not only do you win the round, you've upgraded those Mac 10s, those UMPs, you've left with AUGs, and now you've got an AWP as well. The only slight caveat, and the fly in the ointment, would be the Fallen saves his AWP. And if he was going to show us that potential we spoke about a couple of minutes ago, this is when you want to see it. Keep it on Fallen for now if he can. He's got the best spawn possible for middle. We'll see if he wants to take that challenge. He is going to jump towards T-steps. He wants to go for it. Gets legged in the process, still willing to fight, but you could see he had to try and do something there, Alex, but unfortunately down to 15 HP.
Now we'll see if Bogdan's Law comes into play. Is that going in someone else's hands? I certainly would want to keep it on Fallen. But Chris J is going to confirm that Banana is all theirs. They can plant the MouseSports standard, plant the flag, and claim that territory for their own. At the moment, nothing yet is locked in. They haven't committed to be, but it does look like that's the intention. I can see a lined up Molotov for Carrigan. Rops and Frozen are on their way. There's only 2 to defend. It's on Fallen. He's low. Fur, he's doing his very best. It's the best of a bad situation. He manages to get a kill, get away, and even get an AUG. That could be enough to call the rotate through the smoke bomb loose. Number in favor of MIBR. We needed heroics, and MIBR, they've had some.
That's not bad at all. It's Fur with 2.
Wow.
The second one, I'm not sure he even Realized he was going to get that, but Fallen, low HP, perfect position, tags up Rops as well. Remember, he's low. He just wants to get that one kill, stay alive. It's all about self-preservation at this point. Down to 4 HP. The Molotov doesn't flush him out. The smoke is perfect. There's so much being thrown his way, but somehow he still lives. 5 versus 3, advantage for MIBR. The climb ticks away. What is that? How has he picked that one up?
Where did Fur just die?
I think through the coffins.
Through the
it must have
coffins,
been.
it was. Yeah, you can see the X. It does have a rotate, though.
Damn.
Support is there from Taco. Fallen still alive, by the way. Heart still beating.
Just about. He's going to get another as well. You know it. There it is. He has played this so well. That's what we're talking about at Fallen. He gets 1 kill in this round, but he's done enough to win it for them. That's it. He dies. They can't win the round. They can't plant. That is superb. That is excellent from MIBR. They keep themselves in this game just about. It took an absolute monstrous play from Fur to push through the smoke, get the single kill, a spray through the smoke after that to get the second, and still Fallen, low HP, gets 1 more, pushes them back. No plant possible. MIBR still in this, Alex.
He smokes himself.
Yeah.
Just to survive.
He knew the Molotovs were coming, and it worked out.
He gets hit by the Molotov. 1 tick brings him down to 4 HP.
That's insane.
Fur really did just save MIBR. Let's see if they can thank him with more rounds.
Well, they've got the double orb set up now. Notice it's not Coldzera on that secondary orb. They've focused more on Taco being that role, like he was secondary orb in previous teams as well. We'll see whether he can be a more static, safer pair of hands instead of a more erratic fragger. So he normally holds angles like the apartments, for example. I think that's where he'll be. And Coldzera watching the right-hand side. So this setup can either go really well or really, really wrong. If Coldzera goes down quickly, a double kill is on the cards here, but they've set themselves up, so that's not so much of an issue. They are on separate sides. Should be a kill for Taco here. No problem. Robs will be taken care of.
And that's the setup. That's exactly what it set out to achieve. However, look what that has left them forgoing. Excuse me. Karrigan pushes up. They've got all of that for free. Taco repositions towards pit. Taking a passive line. As MouseSports start to pump more utility. Karrigan's just going for a walk. No support. And goes down. Now just 3 remain from MouseSports. They're all coming from the same direction. Taco, he's going to get another one here. Perfect hold from the 2 of them. Coldzera and Taco keeping A on lock. Phelps has arrived on the scene and fills the kill feed himself. But look at Frozen's position. There is no way they're expecting this one.
They're not. And I would have liked to have seen a few more seconds of play there. Just, you're in a 5-on-1. You might as well explore your options and see what's going to be happening.
How much they're going to ignore you.
I really would have liked it. Just 5 more seconds. Let's see if there's 2 kills at least. As soon as you get that one, you're going down, right? But still, he wasn't going to win the round, but just would have liked to see a bit more financial damage. But there it is. MIBR right back in this game, by the way. CT side, they win one of those classic Brazilian rounds where you've got absolutely nothing. It's scrappy. It's of CZs, like on Inferno as well.
Yeah.
Over the years, there's been so many of those rounds for SK Gaming, Luminosity, Keystars, you name it. These guys are good with the CZs on Inferno. They can make it happen.
They thrive in the chaos. I mean, the round they won on their T side, 4 seconds, the bomb goes down. They were flashed, mollied. It doesn't matter. They find a way.
Yeah.
But still staring down the barrel of a 13-8 deficit. Take a look at the scores. Breathe them in. A very consistent scoreboard from MouseSports, which is, testament to how well everyone is playing. Voxic just a little bit ahead above the rest. Quiet game from Phelps, but everywhere else is rather uniform, and we're looking to see what MIBR can do now. Round 22, we're jumping straight back into the action. Chris J does seem to be a fan of the Krieg as well.
Oh, he absolutely is.
And the Double Orps are in action. Fallen's looking for some aggression early.
Yeah, now they've found they've got some resources now. They've got everything they need. They've got all the grenades, a slight buffer of cash as well. And Chris J, oh my goodness, his gameplay, he's bringing out time and time again this relentless aggression. Takes down Taco. What the hell is that? Phelps will be dropped as well. And he isn't slowing down, continuing to press the W key. His teammates have just swarmed the A site. This is a solo play. One man has done it all. Chris J just pushes through the flames, pushes through the smoke. They didn't see it coming. The double kill towards Arch yields them the round. It's going to be 14-8. No tactics deployed there, Alex. No strap book needed. Just send Chris J and finding kills.
I mean, JW is smiling somewhere if he's watching, because he just found the gap and twisted the knife. My goodness. What a way to destabilize the defense. Just the call, you're baffled that you're even calling it. He's already up Arch. The words have even left your mouth and another teammate's died.
Now, the funny thing is, like, I know it myself, had he just run up there by himself and died, we'd be sat here going,
what's he doing?
What's he done that for? Like, and
what an idiot.
We would be right to do so because it's a play that doesn't necessarily make sense. It's just one of those plays. It's just like
that feeling you were talking about?
That gut feeling that he spotted the opening. He realized they might not be ready for it. He knows they're double orps right now. He's going to take it. He can see what he can do with it. It's unexpected. If it didn't work out, sure, he's throwing them around. If it does work out, the risk/reward factor there is off the scales, and you can see the results there, 14-8.
The name of Chris J's AWP for a long time was Profound Aggression.
Exactly. It makes sense, right?
It's been his motto for a long time.
Yeah, that was really cool. What a play. Not many pros will have the balls to pull that one off.
Charging up Arch. Didn't even question that there could be someone holding the midline.
It's so discombobulating as well. Like, you take a timeout now, it's like, what do you even say in that? Like, how did Chris J just kill 2 of you by himself? He just ran up and killed everyone. I don't know what to tell you. Like, they didn't do anything wrong. It's not an expected play. And against a default, you just don't see that coming. You're set up there. You got your AWP in the corner. You're kind of setting everyone
warnings,
up. Transitioning.
No nades.
Yeah, there was nothing. And it's a really fun play from Chris J. One you love to see. And it's called it like Carrigan's obviously allowed him to have the sort of freedom within this team. They've got smokes down there towards the arch and the library, get him stuck in, and it was beautiful.
There was a HE blowing up. That smoke from the HE blowing up did stop Taco's line he was holding as well.
Yeah.
I mean, he had all of the stars aligned for Chris J in that round, and now he spoke about his AWPing. He is not an AWP, it's an SG. Saw him scoped in, got excited.
Early smokes, library and arch. Send Chris J out to get 2 kills. Job done.
14-8 though. MIBR, they have to dig their heels in now. It does look like it's going to be a rather slow approach from them. They don't want to be losing, I don't know, say 2 men early on this round on the CT side, and so they're going to let MouseSports come to them.
Oh. If they lose this round, Alex, unfortunately, it'll be map points and the money will be gone. Must win as Voxer gets the first. And, oh my goodness, Frozen showing us that star power once again. Another great headshot, a 5-on-3. Cold Zero, though, as you mentioned before, considered to be one of the best players in the world once upon a time, taken down by Carrigan. And this is the nightmare situation. Now, MIBR lose the round. It's 15-8. Money is absolutely ruined now. They're going to have to save these 2 weapons. They will have pretty substantial loss bonus. It will help them get probably 4 rifles and 1 pistol. But overall, this is still going to be such a difficult situation. And that's if everyone survives. That's me assuming that Fallen and Fur are going to take these weapons to the next round. And might not be the case.
Just, yeah, and another reminder, of course, if anyone joined us halfway through this game, a spectacular comeback of sorts. Acceleration, perhaps a better word for it. MouseSports, they won 10 rounds back-to-back. MIBR found their first 2.
What?
In this half, very recently.
They flashed the B site there. Fallen got completely wrecked by the flash. He then re-peeked the angle. You're just asking for trouble there, I'm afraid. Like, Voxic,
is he doing the dance?
He was doing the dance around the corner. Like, and at that point, he just had to save the AWP. 1 kill for him was going to do nothing for them. So it's really unfortunate he gives up the AWP, because we've just talked about his potential. The win factors on their CT side is his AWP, which they can no longer afford. That re-peek didn't have to happen. There was no initial threat in terms of proximity. Here's the shot from Vox. It sits in the flames, takes down Taco, and gets the hell out. And Carrigan, this shot on Cold Zero.
Yeah, check this out.
He was jumping, right? Boom, takes him down.
Quick, and that's the re-peek. That's the re-peek from Fallen. Yeah, I mean, it did look like that was a saved AWP, almost a guarantee. Now he has to operate with just an MP9. That's
the disparity.
Yeah, that sucks.
Okay, well, 7 rounds in a row required for overtime. That does not sound realistic, and they've got to get through this hurdle first. 2 MP9s for Masses, for completely regular flash, and he's playing heads up. It makes sense. He knows he needs at least 1 kill, right? He needs to get something going in their favor. Unfortunately, now it's just Fallen with an absolutely useless smoke and an MP9 on the bomb side. This is not looking good.
He has to do something rather crazy with this SMG, and Chris J's not letting him even get started. They start to close this game out. Carrigan finds another one. It's looking all over. Just Taco. He's miles away. The bomb's going to be going down, and it does look like MouseSports are going to stay quite comfortably